Welcome, welcome, welcome to another episode of What the Quote. As you can tell, the scenery is different. And it is different on purpose because I wanted to have another level of energy in the next few podcasts that I'm doing. And so I'm at the Nexus Impact Center where I will be interviewing guests about their healing journey. So I'm super excited about that. So I really just wanted to come on and talk a little bit about a quote. And maybe if there's time, I'll chit chat about some awarenesses that I also had because the quote today from Nathaniel Branden is about just that awarenesses. So the quote is the first step toward change is awareness, the second step is acceptance. So I'll tell you the first time that I really um, was impacted or had any kind of a firm definition about awareness was in this class that I took, this 2 year development class that I took with the Yama. And so she had like a whole pamphlet about awareness, and we talked about it. And that was really our first step in our healing journey is being aware, self awareness, having an awareness as to how we were showing up in the world, how we were reacting, how we were responding. It was all about a new awareness about yourself. And so there's a quote that I found about awareness that is really interesting. The quote, the statistic is 85% of people think that they are self-aware. 85%, which is a lot. But in actuality, it's only 12%. So 12% of the people are actually self-aware, but they think that it's 85%. And so that is a huge, that's almost like that 80-20 statistic that um, so many people talk a lot about. So if you think that you are self aware, you may be in the 85% who think they are and not in the 12 that actually are self aware. And so let's talk a little bit about, so here's some of the journey that I've had with self-awareness. There's this quote that came up that says, if you spot it, you got it. And so what does that mean? That means that if you see somebody doing something and it comes to your attention, you pay attention to it. It could be that that same thing that you are judging that person for, you also have some of that in you. So if you see it, you be it in some kind of a way. And so that is one thing to always keep in mind. If I am judging somebody, there's a reason that I'm judging somebody. It could be because they are doing the thing that I have yet to have the courage to do. It could be that I see them doing something that I used to do or I am still struggling with continuing to do. There's some reason why I am judging the behavior of the other person. And really, that is that's a learning lesson for me, which is really the second part of this quote. Like the acceptance part is realizing that the person who I am judging, I'm probably more alike than what I think or I would like to be. Okay. Um, so there's some things that you can do to help increase your self-awareness. One of those things is journaling. Journaling is really good because it gets what's out of your head onto the piece of paper. I love journaling prompts, journaling questions that you can answer in your own quiet time so that you can think about, how do I really think about this questions? How would I answer this question when I am in solitude, in silence, and when I have some moments alone. The other thing that you can do is gratitude. I know you may not think that gratitude has a lot to do with self awareness, but what gratitude does is it allows you to think about your life, to review your day, to acknowledge the great things that are happening in your life. And if you know that at the end of the day, you are going to have to record some things that you are grateful for, you're going to be aware, have some awareness of what is going on throughout your day. Number two, this is another thing that you can do to help increase your level of self awareness is pay attention. Pay attention, awareness. You got to pay attention to what bothers you about other people. That kind of goes along with the if you spot it, you got it. And so think about if somebody is triggering you, that's an indication of, hey, why am I triggered? What is going on within me that is triggering me based off of the actions of this other person? Okay. um and so the last thing that you can do is to kind of draw a timeline of your life. Think about some milestones that have happened, some things, I don't want to say tragedies, but some less unfortunate things that have happened. All of this is a perfect opportunity for you to reflect on your life. What's going on in your life? What has happened in your life? And that will allow you to really be open to thinking about some things that have happened and kind of having, I call it pieces of the puzzle, putting these pieces of the puzzle together so that you can get a clear picture of what is going on in your life so that you can be aware of how you reacted, how you responded, and what you are choosing to create in your life. Okay, and then there's this other part of this second step of acceptance. What are you accepting about yourself? What do you know about yourself? What do you know to be true about your life, your abilities, your capabilities, what you think, what you've created, your comfort zone? What are you willing to accept? And I think a lot of this has to do with being responsible. Are you responsible for where your life is right now? Or are you blaming other people? Do you think it's somebody else's fault? Your parents, your ex spouse, your sister, your employer? Do you think it's somebody else's fault that you are in the position that you are in right now? That all goes along with accepting. Are you accepting responsibility for your life? It makes me think about when people say, she made me mad. No, he made me do it. No, he did not. You made the choice to get upset. You made the choice to go back to the relationship. You made the choice to stay in the job for 475 years. It's not the fault of the other person. It is you accepting responsibility for where you are in your life. When you are able to accept responsibility, then you can have the tenacity that it takes to change where you are. That's what it's all about, is you accepting responsibility for your life, because your life looks like you. Your life looks like the choices that you have made, or the choices that you have chosen not to make. Because even when you are not choosing, you're still choosing. Even if you choose to not go after the job, you're still choosing to stay in the job that you're in. Awareness and acceptance. Those are two huge things that can change your life. So, Thank you for listening to What the Quote today. Our quote was from Nathaniel Branden. The first step towards change is awareness. The second step is acceptance.